So, Amar Rav Yehuda, Ke'or Hayotze Mipi Kivshan. It's like the fire when you open up the stove. Sometimes the fire will like come out really quick and then go back in. That's the speed of angels. Says the Gemara, on. One second. Let me just send this Yid my location. And tell him that he's like, so Ke'or Hayotze Pi Kivshan. My Gemara Habazak. What does it mean, Gemara Habazak? Like it's like the sight of lightning. So Amar Rabbi Yossi Bar Chanina, Ke'or Hayotze Ben Acharasim. Like a spark when you rub two stones together. Va'era, and I saw V'hine Ruach Sa'ara Ba'a Min Hatzafon. So like a big ruach wind comes from the north. Anan Gadol, a great cloud. Ve'esh Mitlakachas, and fire that is like the fire is like almost like raining down, or like it's like the fire was like mitlakachat, it was like pounding, the noga lo saviv, and there was like noga, there was like an aura around it. Mitocha ke'ena chashmal mitocha eish, like the chashmal from within the fire. Lehechan azal. So where was it going? It was going super fast. Where was it going to though? Lehechan azal. Amar Rav Yehuda Amar Rav shahalach lichvosh es kol olam kulo tachas Nebuchadnezzar harasha. So it was going to conquer the entire world from under Nebuchadnezzar. Now, so Nebuchadnezzar, who was like a proto-Shibud, and he conquered the whole world. The people was like, well, what is the Shibud trying to do? Shibud is trying to take over the whole world. So he took over the whole world, Nebuchadnezzar. V'kol lama. Why? So why did Nebuchadnezzar get to take over the entire world, I think is the question. Shelo yomru umos ha'olam, so that the nations of the world don't say, biyad uma shefela masar HaKadosh Baruch Hu as bana. That Hashem was Moser, he gave over his children to the hands of a weak nation. So that's why the Shibud has to be strong, so that people don't say, oh, God gave over his people. Or nowadays, like the Shibud that we're dealing with is not only against the Israelites, now it's against all basically people that are not part of the globalist elite. And that's a good thing in the end of the day, because that means that we're all gonna come together as like the oppressed to take down our oppressors. And when you're fighting with someone, as I know from the army, as I know from ayahuasca, when you're with someone in such a scenario, you form bonds. When you go through things with people, you form bonds. Amar HaKadosh Baruch Hu, mi garam li she'eyeh shamesh le'ovdei pesilim. So, Hashem says, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, who caused me to become a shamish to idol worshippers? Like that God is like, at least like that it seems that God is on the side of the idolaters. who caused it? An voseim, an avonoseim shel Yisrael, him garmuli, the sins of the Israelites. That's what caused it. Ba'era hachayos, v'hine opan achad ba'aretz. I saw the chayos, which is one type of angel, and behold, there was an ofan. There was one ofan in the land. Eitzel hachayos, that was like next to them. Now I don't have my Yecheskel on me. I thought I had it, but like I left it in the room, and then my hotel room, my stupid hotel room key, wasn't opening my door. Bad system. But anyway, so again, we don't have the Yecheskel on us to go into the psukim, but it's okay. So there was an Ofan Ba'aretz. Oh, thank you, Dolly Freeman. Yo, this is the Kala. I love you too. Hey, everyone. Ooh, a Domez and Kala. Oh, someone's calling me. I gotta decline that. Okay, so so there was one Ofan Brazila who brought me this amazing water. Amar Rabbi Elazar, Malach Echad, Yehu Omed Ba'aretz, Berosho Magia Eitzel Achayos. So there's one Malach that he's standing in the land, right? And his head reaches all the way to the Chayos, which are just underneath one of the Rakiyas, I think. B'masnisa Tana, in a brisa it says Sandalphon Shmo. His name is Sandalphon. Hagavoa mechavero mahalach chamesh me'oshana. So again, they're talking about this walk of 500-year walk, and he's that much bigger than his friends. The Omer Achorei Amerkava. So he stands behind the Merkava. The kosher ksarim lekono, and he kosher. He ties these ksharim, the ksharim to his creator, right? Crowns for grace. Says the Gemara, Aini, really? But doesn't it say in Pasuk, Baruch Kavod Adonai Mim Komo? So that like, bless the glory of Hashem, of God, from his place. Michlal, says the Gemara, we can infer from here, says the Gemara, the Mekomo Leika the Yadalei, that no one knows where his place is. Right? So how are you telling me that there's Sandalphon, that he's right there? And he's right behind the Merkava. How could you say that? So answers the Gemara, the Amar Sham Itka, the Azal, the Yasif Beresha. Ataga, is that a lashon of like a crown? Let's see some Rashis. So this is Rashi B'Shov. It says Mitzius Roshan, Mitalchas the Rakia. They're Motzios. Oh, they bring their head from under the Rakia. Natoy Lamala Mi Roshan. That's above their head. The Chosro Umachlisin Osam, and they bring it up. So the angels are always shuckling. Harry, did you hear that? The shuckle is an angel move.
Good one. I like that. I'll add it to my Rolodex.
Yeah, it's a big Rolodex. Everyone's got to have good Torah about chuckling. Mimora Shchina, they're like in awe of the Shchina. B'mehirus kiritza v'shiva shalaha v'yote v'yavazak, like a lightning bolt. Hakivjan shorfen bo even l'sayid, so they're burning stones. The bezek is lashon shivrei shivarim, is like broken. That like when you break a rock and like the thing comes out. Bar an erevin, baiskin, malach, al gabe, kevesh. They put right. Shlo yachliku hakohanim. So they it's like they throw like the little pieces of salt on the kevesh on his back, so that the Kohanim won't trip, won't fall. Even Acharasim, from the Charasim, Derech Mizkake Zav, Linkov, Klei Cheres, Nikavim, Nikavim. So, okay, by the Kovin also, Al Gabe Gachalim, Shazav, Natun Behem, B'Saich Kisishas Acharazim. So you're like smashing them together, these rocks. Shel Levanim of bricks, Al Gabe Cheres on earthenware. It's like a type of brick. The lahav yote lemaila derech nikvei akli, and so like through these things is a way to like cook, and so like the fire like pops up like really quickly, and it makes different colors. Asoy givanim vitami yote b'nechnas. It goes up, it comes down, it goes up, it comes down. Mina tzafon is from Bavel. Shehu b'tzafon, that's in the Bavel. B'tzafon tifpatach hara, it says in Yirmiyahu. Okay, so what does this Gemara say? Is the Amar Sham Atagev be'azah. I'm gonna make him a crown, and then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna put it on his head. But so like isn't that a question? Well then fine. Does that mean that someone knows what God's location is? And they seem not to give such a good answer. I don't understand this answer. But Tosfos says that when he's kosher ksharim lakono, he's making crowns for Hashem, for his creator. Tosfos says mitzvilasa and and so the ratzon of the tzaddikim maybe is the tefillah, and so that's what becomes the keser of a Kadosh Baruch Hu. We definitely need to go deeper into that. Amar Rava says, Kol Shara Yechezkel Ra Yeshayahu, Ra Yeshaya. So everything that Yechezkel saw, Yeshaya also saw. Lema Yechezkel Domeh. So what does Yechezkel compare to? The Ben Kfar Shara Es Hamelech. Someone who lives far away, and he saw the Melech, right? But the Yeshaya Dome, what is Isaiah similar to? The Ben Krach Sharaz Melech. He really lives in the city of the king, so he sees the king, but like he's not like gonna like tell all his friends like, oh my God, I saw the king and this was his thing. Everyone's like, yeah, we know. You know, Yeshaya was in Eretz Yisrael also, big difference. Like the people. So he didn't have to give such a crazy, he didn't have to explain as much detail about the Re'iyah as Yechezkel did. Says what does it mean when it says Ashira Ladonai Kiga Oga? So this is past week's parsha, the Kriyas Yamsuf. So what does it mean? But he's lofty, you know. Kiga Oga. One second. Oh, okay. I want to go back for a second to that line that I didn't understand. That it says Sham Itka va'Azov v'Yosef v'Reishay. There's a Haggadah Bach. I didn't understand it until I saw the Bach just now. The Bach says that he would like no one knows his place. Like yeah, even Sandalphon doesn't know, but he would tie it. He would tie the crown, and he would swear it with the Shem HaMeforash, and then the crown would go by itself and go and sit on Hashem's head. So that's the pshat about that over there. Raining like crazy. Thunder and lightning hasn't stopped since we started learning this about the Chayos. So what does it mean? Ashira Ladonai Kiga Oga'a. Shira Lamisha Mizgaya Al Agayim. So like some people are like gay, you know, but not gay like homosexual. even though some people are also that. That's not what it's saying here. It's saying that some people are ge'eh. Some people are like arrogant or like they think that they're like so haughty and so great. But God is like even greater. And even the people that think they're great, God's like way greater than them. That's what it means by kiga oga'a. So it says the Amar Mar, because the message says Melech Sheba the Chayos are Melech Sheba Behemos. Sure, the king of the Chayos, of like the beasts, is the lion. The king of the domesticated animal is the ox. The king of the ophos, the king of the nesher, the eagle. The Adam is Gai Aleim, and man is like king over all of those guys. But Kadosh Baruch Hu is Nizgah Al Kula, and Kadosh Baruch Hu, even like the human, that they think like, oh, humans like the top of the food chain. Hashem is like even way greater than that. And those are the four faces that these angels have. In Ezekiel, it talks about like the four faces, right? And these are the four faces that they have. On the entire world. Because of Echad Omer, so one verse says, "V'demus panehem panei Adam panei Aryeh el Hayamin," right? So it's what it's describing the faces. One is a human, one is a lion. Panei Shor, small Arbasar, and then it also says Nesher, right? The eagle. And then there's another verse later on in the 10th parak of Yechezkel, which again he talks about these wild visions, and it says the Arbaz Panim, the four faces, le'echad, to one of them, right? To each one of these angels. By the way, Targum Yainasan says no, they had 64 faces and like 100, 260 something or whatever wings, but that's Targum Yainasan. He says the four faces. The pshat is, so the other one it says that Pnei Adam, so it took out ox and it put in kruv. It put in the face of the cherub. So Amar Reish Lakish. So Reish Lakish says Yechezkel bikesh alav rachamim. So Yechezkel was like begging for mercy, like that it shouldn't be a shore. Maybe because the shore is like reminds Hashem of the Egel Hazav, maybe. And so he's like, oh, I don't want that. So he changed. Yechezkel made a change in the spiritual realm, and he changed it from an ox to a cherub. Wild. The Kruv. Amar Lefanov. Oh, I was right, Harry. And Amar Lefanov. He said, Ribono Sha'olam, Hashem, Kategoria says, what? These angels are, every time you see an angel, you're going to be reminded of Am Yisrael's sin. Right? You're going to be reminded of Am Yisrael's sin. So says the Gemara. Here's the Kasha. The Gemara says, my Kruv, what is this cherub? Amar Rabbi Abahu. Rabbi Abahu says, yo, did anyone try to get in on the Shteign?
So far, just me and you.
It's just us. Okay. Totally chill, yo. Epic chavrusas over here. Also, my friend who was supposed to come, I was kind of waiting for him, and then he's like on the way, and then but it's supposed to be just us to this time. Everyone will see it.
Thank God we share it with the world, and people get to be mishtatif with you in the future.
With us, Baruch Hashem, yeah. So he says, my kruv. What's a kruv? Amar Rabbi Abahu. He says kruv is lashon of karavia. Shekain Bavel currently Yanuka Ravia. So it's like a child's face. So so like a crew is like a child's face. So Amar Lay Rabbi Papa Labais, or ways like if that's the case, Elameata, then now the first one is this baby face, and then you have a human face, and then you have a lion's face, and then you have an eagle face. Right? Like so then like the baby face is the same thing as the human face. So what, we're gonna have two human faces. So says the Gemara, no, Api Ravi and Api Zutri. So they have one is a big face and one is a small face. Now, when I see big face, small face, immediately I'm thinking of Arachampin and Zorampin. But I don't know. Echad is big face and small face, right? Okay, so one face says Sheish so because around one verse, there are four to each one. So we're like, wait a second, it's a conscious. Kayim. So when it's we still good? We still good? I bounced for a second, but we're still good.
We lost you for a sec, but you're back now.
You heard about the 6 wings versus 4 wings, Chakira?
You should say that again.
So 6 wings was when Yeshayahu described them, because Yeshayahu was when the base of Mikdash was around. Yechezkel was after the base of Mikdash was destroyed, and therefore each angel only had 4 wings. Kaviyachol nisma to kanfei chayos. It's like, so whatever this is just like an allegory. And it says Kaviyachol that they lost 2 of their wings when the base of Mikdash was destroyed. Haiminayu imut. Which ones of these wings were going to be taken away? Amar Rav Chananel, Amar Rav, Otan Sha'omos Shira Vahen. It's the ones that God says Shira with them. Right? And you can see the over there, the lightning. I'll do a quick. So it says the ones that they say Shira with. It says in one place, Vishtayim Ofeif Vikarazel. So 2 of them, there was 2 of them. Srafim, this is also talking about Srafim. So they be comparing Srafim. Are these the same angels? Are they different? What's the difference between the names? But it says the Srafim omdim mimal lo sheish knafayim ve'echad b'shtayim yichaseh parav. 2 is going to cover his face. With 2, it's going to cover its legs, and with 2, it's going to fly. So it says the one that's going to sing with 1, it says that two of them are going to fly with the Karl Zev Yamar, and it says hit ayev enechabo the einenu, right? Like you like the ones that they covering their feet about. It says because in Yechezkel, in the Perek Aleph, it says that they had one leg, right? They had one leg coming down, and so like, oh, we see from there that's the legs that they lost. Meanwhile, I'm asking, like, wait a second, I'm talking about different angels completely. There was Chayos and Ofanim, and by Yechezkel, by Yeshayahu, we're talking about Srafim. So, like, what's the kasha? Yes, Srafim have 6 and Chayos have 4. What's the big kasha? No, Gemara asks the kasha. The ilav the imut, and if it didn't get taken away, minaha v'yada. So how else would we know? So it must be that the ones that are that those are the ones taken away. Dilma de is gali b'chazyale. Well, that's not a proof that they took away the leg wings, because maybe the leg covering wings they just moved them, and then Yechezkel saw. How do we know that they didn't have it? It's not a really good proof. B'chazyale. Deilo demach, and if you're not going to say like this, the demus b'nei and b'nei adam. The image. Maybe you say they want to take the face one away. How else would we see the face? Like rather they revealed their face. So hachanami the igloi the chazia. So they took it away and they showed the feet. So there's no proof from the fact that like you saw the feet that the feet were the feet wings were the ones taken away. Hachi hacha. Wait a second. Is this even similar? Can you compare these two things? This is a great Gemara phrase. Hachi hashta. When we put this up, we're going to put the friggity sprach up there. Is the Haki Hashda really? Is this so? Haki Hashda? Is this a good comparison? I understand why like you would say that like they would show the face because that's derech eretz to show your face to your master, to your Rav, right? Harry, you hear that? It's derech eretz to show your face to your Rav.
Yeah, but it's a good one.
It's funny, right?
I just heard a story about a bacher who was running away from his rabbi because he wasn't wearing a kippah.
What?
He wasn't wearing a yarmulke and he saw his rabbi, so he ran away. And the rabbi caught him, and the rabbi said, I'm much shorter than you. I can't see over your head, so don't worry." And the meaning like I'm smaller than you, like I'm not one to who am I next to you to judge?
Wow, that's a good point. But I was saying the joke, because I can never see your face when we're doing these Shteign Theres. And so, like, according to the Gemara that we're reading now, it's Arach Ara to show your face to the Rebbe. But I'm just joking. I don't consider myself your Rebbe. I consider you a Talmud Chaver. I learned so much from you. You're my Rebbe also. But I show you my face.
It's a beautiful face.
Thank you, Harry. Too. So that got taken away because since he was able to see the legs, so it must be that those are the wings that got taken away. Omer, one verse says, "Alafin yisham shune v'rabu revavin kadamue yikomon." So it says that Hashem has thousands and tens of thousands of people in his entourage. Because of Echad Omer, and another verse says, Hayesh mispar l'gedudav, so it's impossible to it's impossible to estimate, it's impossible to know how many, to even say how many are people in his Pamalia, in his gedud, in his army, in his right, in his legion. So lo kasha kam is manche beis hamikdash kaim, kam is manche ein beis hamikdash kaim. Kaviyachol nismam du b'malya shamayla. So it says like it's as if like God's entourage was taken down when the Beis Hamikdash was destroyed. It's not just that like we are so in such a dalin v'rekin place, that we are in such a difficult shibud, and like it's like crazy, like we have big time shibud going on, and like oppression. It's not just that for us, also God as if like he's also like not at the top of his Omer. Right? That's one of his. That's one of his gedud. It's one of his like legions, but it's not his entire army. His entire army we can never figure out. So Zakt the Helikatara Kadasha. He says, Kaviyachol, right? Tanya says the Alaf, right? Rabbi Yirmiyah bar Abba Amar, he says, Elef Alvim Misham Shemua Lenahar Dinor, that there are thousands of people that are working for him in Nahar Dinor, in this fire river, which, by the way, Nahar Dinor, you go into the super hot mikvah, that's the kavana. You have the kavana of Nahar Dinor, where angels are created, I think. But let's actually see. Why would I say that? I think it's where angels created. I don't know. Bleib share. Shenemar Nahar Dinor Nagad v'Navak min Kedemoy El Alafim Yisham Shemua. Oh, they're coming out of Nahar Dinor. Okay, they're coming out of the fire. Yisham Shemua. Right? So where does Nahar? Where does this fire? Where does this fire? I have no battery left, so I might lose you soon. Where does this fire river go or come out from? From the sweat of the chayos. Where does it spill? Amarav Zutra Bardovia Amarav Al Rosh Rashayim Begehenim, on the head of the evil people in hell. So it basically says in that pasuk, it will fall. Rabbi Acha bar Yaakov Amar Ala Sher Komto. So Rashi says in the 974 generations that passed from the world before Matan Torah and were not created, like it says in Nam Begehenim, they're put in Gehenim. What? Like it says in the Brisa, the Alei and Nofel falls upon those guys, those poor generations before sweat. Shenemar behind the Nahar Yitzak Yisodam, right? And that's the Nahar Dinor. Shenemar Asher Komto the low ace Nahar Yotzek Yisodam. Tanya, it says in the Brisa, Amar Rebbe Shimon, it says, Elu Tisha Me'os, the Shivim, the Arbidoros, the 974 generations, Shekom to Hashem folded up before he created the world. And these are the brazen faces of the door. These are the brazen face. This is the shibud of every generation. The Rabbi Nachman bar Yitzchak Amar Asher Komto lebracha. No, he like Asher Komto that Hashem for a blessing. Who dichsir? That's what it's saying. Elu talmidei chachamim. These are the talmidei chachamim. Shemekmitim atzman al divrei Torah. Al divrei Torah v'olam hazeh. So they're bending themselves over on divrei Torah and olam hazeh. HaKadosh Baruch Hu megal lehem sod olam haba. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will tell you the secret in olam haba shenemar nar yitzuk yisodam, like the secrets, right? Okay. So we see over here that we're talking a lot about like how God's legions got worse, got decreased because we lost the base of Mikdash. So we should be zocheh to always be steiging, always be bending ourselves over on divrei Torah, always be shuckling like the chayos. Oh, what's up, bro? Always be shuckling like the chayos, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu will reveal to us the secret for the olam haba, for the world to come. Dylan, we're about to end share, but this is the last word. It's good. It's okay. This is the last word that it says that kol any Talmid Chachamim that are komet atman al divrei Torah in this world, that are bending themselves over on divrei Torah for this world. So they will be that Hashem will tell them, will explain to them the secrets for Olam Haba. So it's always good to just keep on steiging, keep on shuckling. We also connecting it. Harry, call this year the shuckling of the angels.
Got it.
Shuckling of the angels. All right. We gotta, yeah.